Ladies and gentlemen, I've got something special for you tonight. I'm going to really be talking about, for the most part, two major tokens tonight, XRP and Dogecoin. And I'll wrap this video up. I will be making a trade on this video, and I will show you confirmation of that trade tonight, so you'll be able to look at the timestamps and see that I'm not lying. We will be buying at least 150,000 tokens of one altcoin, and we will show that to you at the end of this video. But first, again, I'm Jason. I founded the TCP Super System over 2 to 3 years to identify opportunity zones in cryptos and equities. This system is not available for the public or others on TradingView, only with those that I share it with on this channel. So if you like technical analysis on cryptos and stocks that you can't get anywhere else, if you find value, please like, share, subscribe, and hit the bell. Let's get these people out there informed of the opportunities. And if you go back and look at some of my videos, you will see we have absolutely crushed some of these levels. And I'm going to reveal some more tonight for XRP and Doge. We just did our crypto rapid fire on Saturday morning, actually, because of Halloween on Friday night. So go back and look at that crypto rapid fire where we just do a quick run through of all the cryptos that we monitor. And again, in that video, I even said, if you have any cryptos you want us to put on our list, just put it in the comments, and when we see that, we'll add it to the list, and that way we can get in our videos. But enough of that. Again, I'm not a financial advisor. The system signals interpretations. My trade actions are not financial advice or recommendations to buy or sell. Please consult a licensed advisor before making any trades. Investing is risky and you could lose all your money. All right. Now for the good stuff. First up, XRP 246 right now. It is November 2nd, Sunday night. I want to show you something, and we keep telling everybody this, and we're not going to be right every single time, but we've been right more times than we've been wrong. But I want to show you something on XRP. I think we're going lower, even though we got the ETFs coming, which I think XRP long term is going to be an astronomical return on investment opportunity. I think in the short term we got some weakness, and it's probably more manipulation than weakness. But with those ETFs coming, I think you're going to see one more liquidation event to get all those leveraged positions out of the space. So check this out. At 246, we do actually have a green cloud here, which is generally an uptrend, right? And we've got these opportunity zones identified on the upper side at 313 to 325, two on the lower end around 215 to 223, as well as 144 to 155. And what I want you to notice is this is the daily on the left, weekly on the right, and on the right, that lowest zone, that 150-ish zone, is also right around the 100-day moving average on the weekly view, which is that long-term horizon. So it's just interesting how that plays out. And then check this out. This is your XRP liquidation heat map, and look at where we are right here. I'm gonna try to blow this up for you, and I hope you can see this. Give me 1 second here. Let's see, can you see that? Make sure we can get there. It's going to probably shrink it down. It's okay. But anyway, you can see we're roughly at 224. And if you look at these leverage zones, all these bright green colors, that is where we have extremely high leverage. So again, on the upside, at least on this one, that's about 310. But the bottom side, right around that 224 mark. And then we could go all the way down here. If they want to wipe everything out, that's that says 190, but I think it could go even lower. And this is on a 1 month view, but you can see there's a lot of leverage out there in that XRP space. I think as people prep up for these ETFs, I think you're going to definitely see some volatility. So be careful. Watch out if you use leverage, and the market makers can see it. Don't forget. But I wanted to share that because, again, we've got these identified, and, we've already had that one scam wick down back here on October 10th when it just went from, what did that go to? That went from 280 all the way down to $1 on some exchanges. And if you go back and look on that day, it was on different exchanges. It went down to different prices. So based on what price you're using, we're using Bitfinex. But if you look at like Coinbase or Binance, it went to different prices, and that's how you know it's kind of a manipulation play. But long term, I think it's awesome. Again, not financial advice. You have to make your own decisions, do your own research. But look at this. This is our standard deviation, mean reversion methodologies up here. I'm going to zoom in here on the daily. Um, you can see it's turned over. That white line is now trending toward those lower extremes. It's going to take the blue and orange line with it. Usually when it hits those extremes, you'll see a few days carry there. And again, I've told you in the past, really what we typically see in our system before we see that big price action to the upside is this white line will be up here in these extremes. The orange line will be penetrating up through the top of that green zone right here. And that blue line will be approaching the green zone. When we see that, along with some other things that we always talk about down here, that is the firing point, and that's what we'll be looking for XRP. And again, I don't ever sell my XRP ever, even if the system's telling us to. I do add to it when these opportunities come, but that's just how I approach it. Not telling you that's what you should do, but I think we're in for a fun ride here, XRP Army. So that is XRP. I wanted to share that with you tonight because I don't want to make this too long of a video. I did want to look at Doge tonight, and I want you to check this out. It's a beautiful, beautiful site. Show me anyone else on YouTube that in the short term is giving you these price points and absolutely hitting them and crushing them, because we do that more times than we don't. But here we go. You'll notice we have a big block down here on Doge, 15 cents to just over 18 cents. That is a big range. Usually we get it a little bit narrower, but here we go. I want to show you something. If you look at the liquidation on Doge, or leverage on Doge, there's a lot. I hope you can see this. Hang on, let's try to, there we go. So look at here. Bright green is what we're looking for here. So on the low side, there's that 17 all the way down to light leverage down to that 14.8 mark. On the upside here is only 27, 28 cents. So wanted to put that out there. So, you know, we're pretty close in that range there. 27 up here. Again, 15 to just over 18 here, which we're already in the zone. So now it just becomes, I'm hoping by the end of this video, it's in the 17s. And I'll show you why in a minute. But yeah, you saw the top up here. And again, look at this on the weekly. It's just so gross. Really gross. All these dark red diamonds here, that is our level 3 diamond. For those that are new, the level 3s. You're going to have level 3s on the upside with the reds when we typically get out from my portfolio. And on the bottom side, just like you see here, we'll have those darkest green, and those are level 3s. And you can see the other shades. So there's 3 levels of diamonds. Level 3s are our favorite indicator, especially when they line up with the hot sensors at the bottom and the standard deviation mean reversion data at the top. But look at this. Back in, now remember, this is weekly, so it's a longer term view, but back in early December of 24, we nailed the top, got the downtrend, we nailed the bottom. We had a little spike there. I mean, that was 15 cents up to 18, so what, 20%, give or take, a little bit more maybe. Another downturn, had a level 2 diamond, we got another level 3 diamond, and then we kind of trended down now. And again, you can see on the weekly, we're entering the zone. It's right between the 200-day and the 100-day moving average, which I really like. That is only a level 1 diamond though. And you can see on the hot sensors on the weekly view, again, they go white, gray, blue, yellow, orange, red. Red typically the most opportunistic areas if we get there, and it's going white, gray. So maybe still some room here, and that's why we have a little bit wider of a range on the daily view, because you can see we're entering it now, but we don't even have a diamond on the daily. And you can see it's only in the white on the short-term hot sensor, gray on the medium, and gray on the long-term on the daily view. But here's the kicker. Again, that white line is turning over just like it was on XRP. And that usually can drag it down a little bit lower. So I really would not be surprised to see this thing hit 15, wipe out that leverage, and then you'll see those Congress gets back in office, those Doge ETFs come in, and check this out. This is freaking remarkable. I want to show you a couple things here that I've cut out. Now, granted, this is not my price predictions here. This is data that I'm getting off the internet, okay? So make that caveat. But I'm going to show you three different things. One, let me see. So we'll go here first. Pending Dogecoin spot ETF applications. We did this the other day in our video, and you can look. And we did the low side and we did the upper side. But if you look at the upper side, it's roughly $60 billion in inflows expected for the Dogecoin ETFs. You're talking about a damn meme coin. Expected 60 billion in inflows. What do you think it's going to do to the price? I don't have to tell you anything. You got 21 shares, Grayscale, Bitwise, and Rex Osprey. That's all I'm going to show you, folks, for that. There's one thing. Here's another. Look, check this out. This is kind of an expansion of what I just kind of mentioned of the inflows, but I want to show you something. Again, this is not my data. This is being given to us, okay? I'm not an advisor, not financial advice, but look at this. If the Dogecoin ETFs can get 25% of the 35 to 42 billion of Bitcoin inflows, it could literally add $1 trillion to the Dogecoin market cap, pushing the price to $7 to $11. We're at 18 cents, ladies and gentlemen. Now, granted, it's a meme coin. You could absolutely lose every dollar you've got. Of course, there's one thing I'm fixing to show you at the end here. There's one more thing I think you want to see. But that's a big if, obviously. But 7 to 11, that's one hell of a return. Well, let's say it's a 5x to $1 basically, and then another. So that's 55x, right? So 55 times your money if that comes to fruition. That's one hell of a return, ladies and gentlemen. Let's see what else we got here. I think that's really the highest price point they have on here. And this little piece said, I marked it out, but it said $1 to $2 there. But anyway, that's that one. Then one more I want to show you. Whew. Corporate treasuries. So out there in the crypto space, and really in the corporation space, I guess, whatever you want to call it. Corporate treasuries are coming on board, especially with Bitcoin and these other tokens, or especially the major players. But look at this: corporate treasuries holding Dogecoin. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's clean. And I got something really cool here in a minute. I'm going to show you too to add to this. I forgot about that, so I got one more thing. So Clean Core Solutions, symbol Zone. That is a stock. Go check it out. I'm about to show it to you on my screen. Bit Origin, Neptune Digital Assets, Spirit Blockchain Capital, Tesla, Dogecoin Cash Inc. All these are corporate treasuries that are adding Doge to their treasury strategies. That is a big deal, ladies and gentlemen. And again, you can see Zone here appears to have the most at 710 million Dogecoin. And that's $133 million. And then on down the list there. But check this out. This is Zone. I want to show you real quick. So that top Dogecoin treasury company, look at what we got. I'm telling you. You're not going to get this anywhere else. Take it for what it's worth. Look at the level 3 diamonds we had back here on this stock. April 26th, 2025. Absolutely crushed it. Here comes your downturn. Now we've had level 3s along the way, and with those level 3s came your pump. This is really the only batch we didn't really get a pump on. It kind of went sideways and down lower. Now we're getting another batch down here, but I want to show you something. This level 3 right here, it's roughly $1.16. The stock is now $1.09 as of the close of Friday, I guess. But look at this. Orange in the short term, improving to yellow. Red in the medium. Red in the long term on the daily. Level 3s. The only thing that isn't quite there yet is our standard deviation and mean reversion at the top. This white line, it's starting to rise. Again, we need that white line to penetrate through these green and red opportunity zones up into these extremes with that orange line penetrating through that green, blue approaching it. If you see that, that could happen right around those ETFs. For $1.09 stock, extremely, extremely risky. I'm not telling you to buy it. And I'll go ahead and say this. I'm buying that stock tomorrow. Hang on one second. Let me make sure y'all can see this. Yep. So I will be buying that stock tomorrow. Because I mean, $1.09, if Dogecoin ETFs come and 60 billion of inflows are received, this stock could do amazingly well, or they could file bankruptcy and you could lose all your money. But $1.09, it's worth the risk to me. I'm an extremely risky investor. Don't copy my trades. You could very well lose all your money. Just a crazy guy on the internet with one hell of a system. But look at those level 3s. It's a beautiful sight. And look at the weekly. Oh my goodness gracious. Level 3s everywhere in the red. That is a beautiful thing. What's the news on crypto treasury stocks are facing a reckoning? See, perfect. Crypto treasury stocks are facing a reckoning. That's exactly what you want to see. Fear factor, ladies and gentlemen. They're going to fear factor you out of all your positions when things are the most risky, scariest, headlines are negative. That's when I attack. That is it. I'm doing that tomorrow, and I'll probably bring you another video to prove that I did it. That is Clean Core Solutions, ticker symbol ZONE, ZONE. Now, one thing I want to see here. Let's go back to Doge real quick. Let's see if we're back in the 17s yet. We're trying to get there. Again, I'm going to go ahead and tell you, Dogecoin is the crypto token that I am buying 150,000 tokens of. It's just under $30,000. And again, I'm only doing that. I usually don't invest in meme coins. I could put this money in XRP. I could put this in Chainlink. I could put this in, HBAR. Well, I already have positions in those tokens. But I think this one, if it were to hit that or that $11 mark, you're talking about $2 million off of $30,000, right? Give or take. Y'all can check me on it. Whatever, 30,000 times 55, right? So 1.5 million. So that's the kind of returns that I'm shooting for. And again, I told my community I would be making a trade tonight. Now, I could sit here and wait for this thing to hit 15 like I really think it will do. But I'm going to keep my word. We do have a level 1 diamond on this weekly. I know I should wait. I could probably get this at 16.5. So I'm going to sit here a few minutes. You don't have to wait around if you don't want to, or you can just scroll to the end of the damn video. I know a lot of people have short attention spans. I completely understand because it's YouTube. But again, I'm going to keep my word and I will make a trade. So I'm going to sit here for a few minutes just to see if it can get down in that 17-cent range. So yeah, y'all can just hang out here or just scroll to the end when you get here. But so yeah, maybe a little silent here for a minute. I may put it on mute and just monitor this real quick. So bear with me here, all right? I'll tell you what I'll do. I'll actually look at a couple different charts real quick. We'll give you some bonus coverage before I go execute my trade. Let's go back and look at HBAR. Again, see, it's so beautiful. What did we tell y'all? Go back and look in the other videos so you know I'm not lying. We tell you what we usually see. When you get these pumps up like this from the bottom of this red cloud, when it pumps through it, it usually hits these resistance zones, which are your 50, 100, 200-day moving averages, returns to the cloud. From there, more times than not, we actually get the pump up. However, it's where this system is beautiful. Look at what you see. White line is penetrated down below the red zone. Now it's entering down through the green zone. The blue and orange are turning over back toward those extremes. You're fixing to see H-bar liquidation, ladies and gentlemen. And let's just go see where that's going to be. Now, I could be way wrong. Again, I'm not a wizard. I'm just a crazy guy. Look at that. Oh my gosh. Look at this. Some people are about to have an opportunity of a lifetime. Now, granted, I'm so far involved into H-bar, I don't need any more H-bar. I did say the other day I'd like to get up to 1 million H-bar. We are well into the 6 figures in H-bar in terms of tokens, so I'm not really sure I need to buy any more. Because I mean, if that thing goes to $50 to $100 with Web3 adoption and all that, and the DApps and the governing council that H-bar has, I mean, hell, it could be $1 billion. But look at this. It's actually literally liquidating right now in that bright green zone. This is around the 18.7 mark. If they want to pump it down to liquidate, even more leverage down here, you're looking at 16 cents, give or take. And if they really want to wipe it out, they're going to go down to 13. So let's look at 13 to 16 on H-bar. We'll go to the daily, and that's probably where, that's where I got it. So I got 13 to 14. So lining up exactly, like I said, unless we just get a huge inflow tomorrow, I don't really see this thing pumping higher unless this thing would really have to flip. That's usually not what happens more times than not. It has happened before, but I would expect to see this to come on down. We'll see if it can make down here around 14. If it makes 14, I may have to find some more money for H-bar, but we'll see where that goes. What's Dogecoin at? It's hanging in there. 18,119. Looks like we're getting a little red on the day. Starting out pretty weak. Let's go look at old World Liberty while we're sitting here. That was one we covered in our crypto rapid fire session. Where is it? World Liberty. Yeah, it's probably not much to look at here. Yeah, it looks like you can see it trending down into those lower extremes. We've got that it marked at around 10 cents for 10 to 11 cents for World Liberty. XDC, not much going on with old XDC. I know that's part of the Corda blockchain. What are you getting here? Old XDC. Yeah, not really much to look at there. It's everything's kind of early in the down cycle here, so we'll see where XDC goes. That could be a nice opportunity too. Solana, here's a good one. So Solana, another prime example. The other day, you look at the crypto rapid fire, we called out this lower zone here, 168 to 175. Look at where we are, lower extremes. You're going to see some pressure. We're only in the white long-term weekly view, crossing to the downside. Although we're white, it can flip quick. But again, this doesn't really scream bottom to me for Solana. Again, I think Solana is awesome. Again, I know we got ETFs coming for that. Maybe one already actually live. I'm not sure. I have to go back and look, but I just don't think it's ready yet. Again, you can see the upper side. We've got 240 to 243. So it really just depends on how greedy you want to be, right? 10 years from now, you're gonna be sitting here saying, "Oh, I bought it at 183." You're gonna look like a genius, probably. But yeah. And we got the 200-day coming up here around 180, so that should be a big level of support. but I think we're going lower. I think that'll liquidate some too. Let's go look at old Solana while we're here. Solana. Good gracious. Oh, man. Oh, y'all have no idea. This is how the game works, ladies and gentlemen. If you don't know. Oh, man. It's too easy. It really is easy if you know what you're doing. Look at all this leverage. Oh, my goodness gracious. What was that? Several million dollars here. And that takes it all the way down really from 176 down to 170. And then again, I'd say the bottom there is 164. So 164 to 176. And if they want to just clean it out, 145. So 145. Tell you what, I'm going to put a secondary marker on here. I don't know if can I paste that? Nope. Dang, can't do that. Let's do this. Hang on, guys. We're going to put another. Let's go 145-ish. What a bargain that would be. Good gracious. So there's your targets on Solana. 168, 175, 140 to 147-ish. And again, that's based on public data. Then on the upper side, we're talking 250-ish all the way to the top. So, and we've got ours marked at, what, 244? So, not bad. I mean, even from 183 to 240, $60. It's one hell of a return, right? So, just again, how greedy do you want to be? But again, what we're looking for are diamonds, and for that white line to be up in these extremes. That's what we're looking for. It's that simple for us. So there's Solana. Let's look at Chainlink. I haven't looked at Chainlink in a minute. And see, a lot of these look the same. So again, turned over. It never made it to the extremes. We're in the lower extremes. We've got a target down here of 1483 to 15. So let's just say 14 to 15. Again, that's another, let's just say 10-20%. That's going to scare a lot of people. I think you'll see that fear factor gauge at the very bottom. Again, you don't really see any diamonds right here. So it's just not the right time for me. Oh, check that out. Look at this. We might be seeing some diamonds here shortly. You're about that gray just turned red for all of a sudden. So we'll see if we get. So yeah, that's pretty much a sign of weakness there. But yeah, it's changing live as we speak. If it comes down much further, you'll probably see it change colors there. There it is right there. So big move down. Nothing like seeing something work live, huh? Let's see here. Avalanche, another good one. Man, let me go look at Avalanche real quick. Hang on a second. This one is important. And I do promise I'm going to make the trade tonight, regardless if I'm early. So on Avalanche, 1748. Let's just go to the bottom. So that's a big gap. 1460. 1460 to 1760. Let's just say that. So we're almost there on the Avalanche. I mean, and you can see we had our ooh. So we had our target here. Well, I need to make that bigger. There you go. Hope y'all can see that. Again, we're literally at the bottom of our target here. We're getting a level 2 diamond on Solana, and you can see it on the daily view. We've been bouncing in and around it the last couple days, last what 4 or 5 days there. But we're not there yet. Turning over, standard deviations, never made it to the extremes. We're only in the blue or in the gray. Weekly view, only in the blue. So I mean, this thing could come down. We might contest that, that 15 range. I wouldn't doubt it. Go back over here. Yeah, that's 15 range right there at the bottom. So that makes sense. So We'll go ahead and mark another one, secondary, on Solana. Let's bring it on down. There it is. It's this easy, folks. That's your opportunity zones. That's all it is. Not Rex to buy or sell. Just how we do it. Cardano, check this out. I don't think I can make this any easier. Literally all up in the zone here. Let's check Cardano real quick. That's another big one for us. Oh my goodness gracious, looking so pretty. So here we are, right around 59 cents. You can see we're literally in the liquidation zone. Prices tend to migrate where there's high areas of liquidity. It's that easy. Market makers see it. It's amazing how it does that, right? What do you see up here? 90 cents, right? 90 to 95 cents. Of course, once they wipe it out, I'm sure there's going to be Cardano ETFs too. But again, absolute bottom range for liquidations is right around the 50 cent mark. So 50 to 60, which we're already there. So I had mine at 59, so we're literally in it with a level 2. Again, you can see it. So I mean, I don't really care. I guess I could, if I want to be really slick with it, I can move this down to 50. That's just too big of a range, but I don't really like big ranges like that. Try to be more targeted, but there's your box, ladies and gentlemen. That is your Cardano golden zone. I would likely expect to see, we're about to get a death cross here. That's beautiful, right? So max fear factor, right? Death cross, all things are going to hell, right? And then boom, there it goes. That's how it happens. And people wonder why they lose out. But here you go. If we come on down to this range down here around 50, somewhere in this range, I would expect to see some orange or red here, and maybe even some diamonds. We had some diamonds back here. That was a level 2 back on October 11th. So again, approaching our it's just golden zone, man. So that's it. Let's go back and check Doge here. We're trying. We're getting closer to 18 cents here. Let's hang out here a minute. Oh, and I'll tell y'all. I'll go ahead and give you some more bonuses, right? More bonuses. If you go back and look at our stock series where we were taking $500 and we're trying to turn it into 100,000 on purpose, doing that amount because most common folks don't have 100,000 or $1 million to trade in anything, but a lot of people do have $500. So we are trying to show the common person that you can turn significant or a little bit of money into significant money. And we started our first trade not long ago, and we are down on that trade, and that was Soul Strategies, STKE. Again, you can see we bought, it was just 103 shares at $4.80, which is basically the whole $500. Now, clearly we're down. It's at $3.49, but I'm probably going to take that money tomorrow when the market opens. And this zone, that's that Dogecoin treasury company. If those ETFs come, I think this stock could be interesting to watch, at least for us. I'm actually going to probably liquidate the Soul Strategies and put every bit of that 350-ish, whatever it is, right up into this zone, and then hope that the ETFs materialize and this thing absolutely takes off. The one thing I don't like about the treasury companies, though, is a lot of them, they'll be diluting their shares, right? So they're going to be issuing debt and equity and stocks, and that's how they're raising capital to buy these crypto assets for their treasury strategies. So when you get those big mass dilution events, you're going to see this kind of move here, and that's what you saw. This thing has come down from 659 down all the way down to now it's $1.09. And again, it's funny. Even if you didn't know any of that, right? We still had level 3 diamonds. red, red, red everywhere. It says run. So even you wouldn't even have to know what the stock does. And this is how good this system is. And again, I built it over 2 to 3 years for this exact reason. I was tired of getting crushed. I figured it out, and now I bring it to my community for free because I want to, not because I have to. And although I'm a crazy guy on the internet with one hell of a system, I do this for informational and educational purposes only. I have to put that out there. So that is what I'm going to probably be doing tomorrow. If I do that, I will bring you that video as promised. Any trades I make, I will bring to the community. Let's look at MetaPlanet. Obviously, I hope everyone knows what MetaPlanet is. Obviously, run by Michael Saylor. Has like 600,000 Bitcoin now. Huge Bitcoin maxi. See, and that the same thing here with his stock, right? He's clever, so he does all kinds of things with preferreds and different types of, I guess, vehicles to get his cash hoard up so he can buy Bitcoin. But you can see it's just had an absolute dump. Oh, I'm sorry, this is MetaPlanet. So sorry about that. So before I go there, let's go to MicroStrategy. Sorry, it's going to look the same though. So here's MicroStrategy with Michael Saylor. You can see again the big dump from 451 down to 269. That's just what's going to happen with these treasury companies. We are approaching the 100-day moving average on MicroStrategy, or strategy now. Sorry, around 247ish. So you could see some support soon. But again, I'm not really buying this now. I'd rather just hold my Bitcoin than put it into something like this. But this is actually a pretty clever way to get more Bitcoin because as he buys more Bitcoin, your share becomes worth more Bitcoin, right? Essentially. So pretty clever. So that's strategy with Michael Saylor. And then let's go to MetaPlanet. This is what we actually said would be our stock pick of the next decade. MetaPlanet is currently 321. Again, you can see the level 2. You can see the big crash, just like all the other ones that are treasury companies. I feel like we're getting near a major area of support and opportunity zone. We're in the red on the medium hot sensor. Looks like we might be crossing over soon on the short term. Level 3s all on the weekly in the red. You can't beat this system. You have to trust it, but you can't beat it. So there it is. That's our stock pick for the next decade. I could just transfer that money from Soul Strategies into MetaPlanet. Probably wouldn't be a bad idea for me, but I still think I'm trying to ride the, I guess, institutional flows that are coming to these ETFs, and I think Doge is coming pretty soon. Of course, Bitcoin's what it is. MetaPlanet's a Bitcoin treasury company again, so that's what they're adding to their treasury. So MetaPlanet and Strategy are the main Bitcoin players, at least that I'm paying attention to. Then you got Soul Strategies for Solana. You got Zone for Doge, and you got this VVPR. If you don't know what this is, I would advise you go check this out and do your research. This is I don't know if it's Dubai or a Saudi prince or whatever, but he's kind of behind this or supporting this. And again, this is just dilution of the shares so they can get the money to go buy XRP for this one. So again, you can see $19 million raise to scale XRP treasury strategy. Yeah, so there it is. Yep. So there's some of the big treasury companies that we're following. Again, Zone for Doge, VVPR, or Vivo Power International for XRP. You got Alt 5 Sigma Corporation. I believe that is going to be, oh, that's for Royal Liberty. Then you've got, again, Soul Strategies, STKE for Solana, MetaPlanet, and Strategy for Bitcoin. So there you go. Not too much to it. Let's go back and check it. Oh, there it is, ladies and gentlemen. Doge under 18. Oh, my battery's down here. I will say this, if my battery dies, I will come back with a follow-up video to show you that I made the trade. And I may have to do that because I kind of want to, I mean, I don't want to be too greedy here, but we're getting a dump on the market. We got our zone here. I think it is coming lower because we don't have our diamonds yet, and we're in the lower extremes. We're only in the blue. We're only in the gray. So, I mean, this screams going lower. So sorry to drag out this video, but again, I don't think you're going to see anyone else doing this type of stuff. Or if they are, probably not as good, but I could be wrong. I'm a little biased, I guess. Should I go ahead and just pull the trigger? Oh yeah, he's dumping now. Let's see. Down 4%. What's Bitcoin down? Bitcoin's down 2,200. Oh, this is so pretty. See, most people get terrified and they're probably screaming and selling stuff, taking losses. I'm sitting here trying to figure out when I want to buy it, right? That's the fear factor. Well, I mean, even if it went to 15, that's only, I mean, it's only 2 cents. So what, 15, 20%, which, I mean, you know, $30,000 is $6,000. So, I mean, could make a difference in the long run. I can't wait to get the comments on this video. What's sad though is most people probably won't stay till the end of this video, and they're gonna watch probably 2.5 minutes like they always do. It's so sad because there's so much valuable information in here, but that's just the way the world works. Very short attention spans, which is okay. But I'm doing this because I love it and have a passion for it, not because I need to make money. So the trading, I need to make money. But don't need to make money on the videos. So again, if you found value in the TA I gave you today, all these zones I'm identifying for you, the trade I'm about to show you, like, share, subscribe, hit the bell. That way you don't miss any videos. We appreciate you and we love you. Again, just doing this because I want to. And again, if you want to see any other crypto or stock in these videos, put it in the comments. We'll add it to our monitored lists. That way we can show you any of the symbols or any of the indicators we're getting and our interpretations. And again, if you never know, we may make a trade on one. So it's a little frustrating because I really want to execute the trade because I did say I would do it today earlier in a short. But I'm trying to get the best price I can, obviously. And I know how to interpret my own system, so I hate to pull the trigger too early when I can, Actually, I'll tell you what, let's see what it would be. Hang on a second. We're going to do something real fast. Let me do a calculator. So that's basically 29 grand. Let's just say it's 29. So if I do it now, oh, hang on. If I do it now, it's going to be, what is that? 1785. 162,000 Dogecoin, or so 162,000. We could do, let's just say we did wait. Let's be generous. Let's just say it only goes to 15 and a half. 187,000. So, I mean, what is that? 20 extra thousand Doge. I mean, At 20,000 extra Doge, if it goes to $10, that's an extra $200,000, right? So I mean, it's not, we're not talking about peanuts here. So, but again, even if I pulled the trigger now at 164,000 Doge and it goes to 10, that's $1.6 million off a meme coin, right? So that is the dilemma. Let me look at the heat map one more time, then I'm probably gonna go ahead and do it. Mm-hmm. Oh man, 17.5 for sure. And it's at 17.8. I'm gonna go ahead and do it. All right, guys, here we go. You're not going to see the actual, what I'm going to do is make the trade on my other screen, so I can't really reveal my account numbers and all that good stuff, but I will take a snippet of the confirmation, the price, the total. You can see it. It's going to be roughly 29,000. There's fees and stuff, so I'll show you the final snippet. But give me 1 second here to do this on the other side. And let's make sure. Yeah, okay. So give me 1 second. Dogecoin. Let's see. I'm going to go over here. Give me 1 second. Doge. Buy. Max it out. Submit. Order is submitted. And order is executed. I will send you the snippet right now. I got 160,109.70 Doge leading up to the ETFs, and I will show you that here on the screen so you believe me. Make sure I'm not giving you any information I don't need to give you. All right, give me 1 second. I'm going to take this over here. Make sure you don't see anything. Yep. Mm-hmm. There it is, ladies and gentlemen. So, on the screen, I just told you what I bought. The date, today's the November 2nd, 2025. I'm in the Central Time Zone. It's 9:21 p.m. You can see I completed it at 9:20. $29,189. Nice little fee there, of course, 1%. 160,109 Doge. So I'm a man of my word. Told my community I would make a trade tonight. I've done it. I've shown it to you. Don't know what else I can do for you, but I do put my money where my mouth is. Trusting the system. I believe the ETFs will be special. Not telling you to buy it. This is just how I do my analysis and make my decisions. I'm an extremely risky investor. Don't emulate my trade. You could lose all this money. But that's it, ladies and gentlemen. Hope you enjoyed that. Again, Jason, creator of the TCP Super System. Tomorrow's Monday. Have a good night. Be blessed. Have a great week. And we'll see you later in the week. Be good.